People, this is Drew from Drufitness, Vantage Sports sponsored athlete, and shooting this video in Wolverhampton, Atlas Gym to be precise, and I'm going to be doing some shoulders today. My training partner is my 11-year-old son Tyrell. He's going to be training with me today, shooting some video and getting his pump on with this shoulder workout. This is my warm-up, just getting the shoulders warm, not too heavy a weight. It was around 20 kilograms, just getting the shoulders warmed up, the joints prepared. Cold day in Wolverhampton at Atlas Gym. This gym, as you can see, is one of the more hardcore gyms, very heavy weights and old but tested machines. So we start our shoulder workout, like I said, with a warm-up and just a couple sets of side pulls, side laterals with the cable. And we're going to go in, and the first exercise we're going to do after this is a shoulder press, starting with Tyrell going for his weights and starting his shoulder press. Great form.
And rest.
I think these weights were too light for him, so in the next set maybe he can go a bit heavier. Start off my first set with two 30-kilogram weights. The next set after this I will be using 35, and then the final set will be 40 kilograms. As I'm traveling, I didn't bring any arm straps or anything like that, so I've got to stay relatively light so I don't cause myself any injuries. It's a cold day, so even though I have warmed up, I don't want to do anything too drastic because I could cause myself an injury. So I'm going in now with the 40 kilograms, just straining a little bit just to get them up, but they're there. I'm going to go for my 10 reps. Hopefully I'll get 10 reps, I think. Did I get 7? Let's do this. Drufitness. That's it, squeeze it out, and we're going to move on. So I've done the first heavy press movement, and now I'm going to do a superset from rear press, front press, and then front raises. Starting off with a relatively light weight, but because I'm doing high reps with the superset, even though it's a lightweight, it feels heavy. And today I'm going wide with my front raises, just so I can get more of the length of the side delts. Now there's a reason for that. I actually want to widen my delts, so what I'm actually doing is actually hitting them from a wider angle. So I'm keeping my arms wide on the bar when I do the front raises. So if you look at this front raise coming up, keeping my arms wide, I'm trying to get my elbows up. Elbows up to the same level as my shoulders. Very quick because the weights are heavy. Now this is a drop set, starting off with, I think it was 22 kilograms, and moving down the rack. It's funny, but stare when you're looking, but as soon as you start your workout, people stop and they begin to stare. But that's okay, because I'm kicking ass in the gym, and that's what I'm supposed to do. And that's why people are going to stop and they're going to look, and they're going to take some tips from the Drufitness. So you notice I'm bending slightly, always keeping my arms in the correct form. Slight bend is my slight cheat, or if you like, it's when someone's giving you a support, or spotting you, you're doing it for yourself with your knees. So that was my side raises, baby. Yeah. Okay, we're going in for some front raises. Now I'm going really heavy with these. The first set, I've got my palms of my hands facing down as I come up. Facing down. Facing down. Going really heavy. I am swinging, but what I try not to do is on the lighter weights, I don't swing. So I find as I get stronger, there's less swinging. So I'm going in now for a heavier weight. And now I'm going to turn my hands inwards, trying to keep my arms straight. There is a slight bend in them, just so I can get the weight up. If you notice, as my arm goes up, the bend in my arm doesn't change, so it's not a curl, it's still focusing on my shoulders. As I go up, swinging it slightly, just to give myself that spot. So instead of somebody standing behind me spotting, I'm actually doing the spotting for myself. Now I've gone up heavier. Still got my palms of my hand facing inwards. Again, same movement. I think this may be my last set because I was finding it difficult getting my arms up. But as you can see, even though I'm not getting it the full range, you can still see my delts being worked with this exercise. Now, as I move on, I think this next exercise was for rear delts. Again, going heavy, keeping my elbows out and keeping them forwards. Because if my elbows go backwards, then I'm almost doing a row. So I need to keep my elbow facing forwards, but the palm of my hand is facing inwards. And my actual fist is facing the mirror. So I am squeezing the rear delts. This is not a back movement. This is actually squeezing the rear delts, and this is where the mind-muscle connection comes in. Squeeze the rear delts. So I'm trying to get some size out of them. And to finish off, back to cable rolls, but this time from behind, stretching the delts. This is one that Jay Cutler likes to do, because by putting your arm behind you, you're actually stretching the rear delt out a bit more than doing it in front. The movement is an awkward movement, but as you can see, it works. It works not only just stretching the side delts, but also the rear delts. Again, a bit of movement from this as well. So I'm Drew from Drufitness. Don't forget, get your Vantage Sport supplements at Vantage Sport SN.